I could read it.
No, wait, pass out as dessert. Let
No,
you
no,
guys,
he's
No,
got
no,
his
let's-
dessert.
no, everyone else, have everyone else
Let-
pass out their
Let
dessert.
Dad-
Let's have the dessert first and then let them
Okay.
talk.
Can we
Okay,
just
well,
let Dad talk, please?
Yeah, forgive me, I can't, at 90, I don't remember like I did
At
at
50?
30 and 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
90.
I know,
Were-
way
were we
back when
around
you were
at
80.
30?
So anyway, you know, I had a wonderful grandmother and grandfather. I have good memories of them, thank the good Lord. But if you want to know things in my first 5 years or my last 5 years, I'll talk to you later. But anyway, when I was 5 and something, you know, I was not quite 6, so I had neighbors next door in Menlo Park, and right next door to us, and they were Catholic, and they had 6 children. I guess it's kind of like the Fortune family, and or rather, not the Fortune family, but the other. But anyway, I started at Sacred Heart Grammar School in Menlo Park, and actually now it's next town above. That's what the name they call, but
Atherton?
Atherton, yeah. So Atherton, but anyway, our neighbor, the Sullivans, a good Irish family, and they got me to go, and they and I saw somebody else at Bellarmine, at San Jose State and Bellarmine, helped and helped pay my way, because some of it I worked, and some of my dad unfortunately had lost his money in a mining venture, and so anyway.
He lost a finger too, right?
Pardon?
Didn't he
No,
lose a
lost
finger?
the ring.
I thought he lost a finger.
No, he lost the ring.
No, he lost his ring finger.
Didn't he lose a finger? Didn't your dad lose, like, with the pressure, or have his
Well,
hands
he
crushed?
lost control over it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause he had a big rock, that's what he was taking care of, the rocks coming out of the mountain, and it fell on his hand, and that's why we came home. But anyway, I went there for 4 years, not 4 years, because like Elizabeth, I did not, I didn't have to go to the 4th grade.
You skipped the 4th grade?
Right.
You skipped the 4th too?
No, the 5th, 6th.
So anyway, they had the gal in charge. She was a real sweetheart. Of course, she was a nun. Mother Foley. Oh boy, was she a pistol! But anyway, she took to me, and I didn't know why, but anyway, she arranged for me to get a special test, and so that I could go to Bellarmine. And so I had four passes, or what do you want to call it, tests. But anyway, was one of the bottom tests, so I got 1 year free. But the other 3 years, someone to this day paid my way.
He doesn't know.
You don't
I
know?
don't know.
It's like
At
Great
Bellarmine?
Expectations, remember?
Huh?
What?
In Great Expectations, he had his patron, like who paid for him to go to school. Yeah,
Well,
That was me.
and that's how you met
That's
Uncle
cool.
Frank,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
that's how you met Mom, and that's how
He
we
was probably a
came.
Democrat Chinese dad.
But anyway, from
Mouse
Bellarmine, of course, I played on the football team the last year, and we didn't win. But anyway, went to San Jose State, and I didn't do too good in the first 3 years, but in my last 3 years, I hit jackpot. I was the black numbers and the top numbers. all the way.
But you went for 6 years though?
5 years.
Oh, okay.
5 years, yeah. Normally you go 4, and then I go 5.
Well, you're special.
All right,
Actually,
not special ed
Make up
special,
the
but
word
special.
I wasn't supposed to, but I took I stayed out one fall. I wanted to go join the Air Corps,
Oh, okay.
and when I told my folks about it, they said, "No way, you're not going to go into that Air Corps." So I went on, and then my grandmother wanted me to drive she and her brother and wife all the way back to north, all the way by Canada, and all the way back down around to one of the states back east. And that was the last 2 weeks, and so that meant I had to retake the whole 3 months over again.
Oh, that one semester?
Yeah, but anyway, then the war came, and so that was in December 7th, 1941. So January and February came, and February I joined the Navy. So anyway, I had to take 2 extra math courses, so that's took care of the last month, and so I didn't go until let's see, August. I had to go 2 weeks of August, and we had to take tests, and to see if you could pass the Navy test. So anyway, I was one of the top 15 in the Navy, and I had my choice of wherever I wanted to go, aboard what ship, type of ship. And so anyway, and I could take San Francisco, right by the bridge, and there's the town of, an area called, what do you call it? No.
The worst airport in the world.
Alameda,
No.
Hunters Point.
Treasure Island. That's so. Anyway, so I went there for Treasure Island, and I went for almost 6 months. And one of them was a month at sea, and great time.
And that's where you met Frank.
Yeah. I went to Frank. We went over to.
You told that tonight.
I told the story, meeting Frank, and so anyway, I had a chance to, I got a call, I had to go into, what was the town I asked you, what the big island?
Treasure Island?
No, down.
Angel Island.
Right, huh?
Hawaiian Island. Angel Island.
Well, that was that lot later.
Manhattan.
Long Beach?
No, oh. for
San Diego.
Anyway.
Sausalito.
Anyway.
No, this is.
Florida?
Florida, yeah.
You got that? You got that down? This is 20 years from now, this will be great.
So anyway, I guess I passed my test, but I got a call, and I had to, for the, whatever I got into, I'll think of it in a minute, but anyway, went back, of course, from New York to, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I can't remember the name of the top.
Philadelphia?
No, up in
Washington DC.
not
Maine.
in England, right above, what's the top of England?
Scotland.
Maine.
Scotland, okay, in Scotland. So anyway, when I the ship,
What is Maine?
oh my gosh, it's your name,
Elizabeth,
the name
yes.
Saint Elizabeth, yeah, okay, Queen Elizabeth,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they had us, all of us officers, we took care of the deck.
Oh,
And we
okay.
got to go all around and met everybody and go on board and everything on the ship. So anyway, we landed in Scotland, and we took training for these rocket ships. but they were British rocket ships. And so, anyway, I we run this I was number 2. Actually, there were only no 3s. I was second in command until we went to fire. So we did. We fired
D-Day.
Normandy and D-Day and Utah. Thank goodness it was Utah, because Normandy, Omaha, a lot of them were killed. But we got there, and I fired 1,448 rockets, and we fired over the ships, the small ships that were going in for the landing, and we fired over the top and down and wiped out not the Japanese, but
Germans.
the Germans. We took care of them, and that was, I guess, the best thing that I ever did. But anyway, we went to southern France and tried to do the same thing. We came back to the States and took over. We trained for these big rocket ships. It's big. I had twice the firepower of a battleship, believe it or not. But anyway, we took our training, and then I got my ship, and and sailed it around and had a lot of incidents. It'd take too long to tell you about it.
You went through the Panama Canal.
And went through the Panama Canal and came down to San Diego. And from San Diego, we went out to the Hawaiian Islands, and they had already declared peace, and so there was 12 of us, and we had a commanding officer that was his first time out in the ocean, to fight.
No
And
active duty.
Yeah, he was a captain, and that was the only way he could be an admiral. He had to be in the fight. So that's where he said he is bound to determine for us to stay, and we were ready to go out to Eniwetok, and 2 hours, and they canceled us. So we couldn't go. So what he did, he had us going around, as I've told you guys, circling the islands, Hawaiian Islands, and doing all sorts of things. And I had a chance to fly in an airplane, and SB-2C, which is a bomber. And so I always remember that, because he took me up there, and I took pictures of his friends. They flew alongside of us. And, so anyway, they left, and he said, "Do you want to take a real ride?" And I said, "Well, sure." So he just came up like this, way up here, and then he said, "Okay, hang on." And whoa! That's something I'll never forget. Yeah. Anyway, it turned out okay. So,
How many G's did?
I couldn't even count. So he came back to the States, and then I had, believe it or not, I had 5 ships. I had 70 men in my command, and that was me.
How old were you?
Yeah, how old?
Let's see, I was, let's see, 25. I was 25.
See, Mom, it took 70 men to take your place.
All right.
I had 700 men
Yeah.
that I was responsible for at the age of 25.
Is this all written down in his blog?
And 5 years.
Michelle, how old are you?
7 kids that you had to take care
I
of.
know.
5 years.
Hey, Dad, what was harder, 700 men or 7 kids?
How about 7 kids?
Yeah.
I for sure. I mean, the 700 guys have to do what you say. It's like,
Yeah.
Otherwise you could court martial.
yeah,
Yeah.
But anyway.
bread and water for 40
I
days.
came back and here again we met Frank Bum, and we were both the same organization in San Jose, and so I needed a partner for a dance.
Oh, that's where we came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay!
So I'm very happy that
Yeah.
I did it.
And so are we.
Yes,
Very
so
are
are
we.
we.
Yay, Grandpa. Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah, he does it
Great.
best.
It was good.
Very good.